Alrighty guys, sorry I am absolutely late. Normally I am not this late into trying to live stream. And there's a lot of things where I don't necessarily come in and miss up on live streaming, but I was really tired today. I didn't even go to church, and actually, you know what, we'll just go up there. I always like to use the controller. It's like, this is when you need the mouse to really do a lot of quirky things, but we are currently down here in Texas, the place where I don't really want to go. Now I'm gonna pay off both of those right away. That just means that we don't have to pay more on that, and then we can slowly work on paying off the other one. On a lot. So let's go and see how much. Okay, so we got a lot of time for our next rest. So mainly, what I tend to do with a lot of my my playthrough is I'm gonna mainly stick to Washington, and then Oregon and California. We're gonna pick a lot of. We're still gonna stay in a lot of these blue states. Is where we're doing, but we're gonna have where we deliver to red states and things like that. But that's only because of me being the company, making sure that we are supporting the local state economies rather than focusing on traveling. That's going to Riverton, Wyoming for 22 hours. Now that's of course 22. That's only 9 hours going to up there. Any external market, nothing down there that's actually worth. I don't usually do a lot of external. We need the external market. I kind of wish that they would like if you have okay, so that's a lot better. That one right there, that dynamite, is a lot better for that. Let's go to the cargo market, because there might be a yeah, no, see, that one there is 22 hours and it's at 41. But the other one here, the external market, we'll begin this one. For today. Now, of course, before we absolutely go full ham anywhere, we need to do a couple of things. First off, I need to pop out some chat stuff. I didn't have this prepared. Forgot to change the hold on. Okay, there's a thing I need to do real quick, guys. And we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna try... I'm not gonna put a title this time. But there is a couple things that we need to talk about today for a lot of people. You know, there's a couple of these topics out there, where where there's this thing where there's a lot of details that are really interesting for a lot of what I do and when it comes to... I need to anyway, there's a lot of stuff that comes out from when from the I'm sorry, I'm lost my train of thoughts. I'm trying to think on where... Okay, I've got it now. There's this thing where there's a lot of issues going on within the world today, and one of those issues was internet safety and knowing how to keep yourself safe on the internet, because you know, we got this Minnesota cyber attack that happened here in Minnesota, over in St. Paul, not in my neck of the woods, but it was enough that they called it in for the safety of everyone, and making sure that you guys keep yourself genuinely safe. There's a lot of tools out there that can help you to keep you really safe on the internet. And there's first off, if you are sitting there utilizing Google Chrome, you're still safe, but there's better ways to keep yourself safe. And a lot of times, there's many times, Um, hold on. There's this thing where okay, I'm gonna put heart and 100. Yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to um. Okay, so let's go with 125. Okay, let's go with 150 again. Cause I always. Okay, so now let's go to 200. Okay, so 200. So now let's go to 175. Sorry, I am recreating my thumbnail because I forgot to recreate it. But it's okay. Because I am so was very tired today and doing this. No, I said 1. Thank you. Okay. Um, so there's this thing where you can always try to keep yourself safe. Um, and where keeping yourself safe on the internet is easy to do. It's just not as easy as a lot of people think. Um, it's not easy to um, I know where it's at. I saved it in the wrong folder. Um, what? Okay, hold on. Yeah, it needs to be saved in the right folder. Okay. There we go. Because I always have, a thing where I save for my YouTube. Just export it. Okay. And now, okay, there we go. Ah, fudge. Okay, and then, now I have to go to image. I have to bring it down to 720. I always keep my thumbnails about 720. I try to keep it about 720p for all my thumbnails, and it's still telling me okay. That actually might be because I did not save it. There we go. Alright, there we go. Much better. Now we can do our driving. Now, of course, there's this thing where you need to be able to figure out ways to keep yourself safe online. Okay. Now, if you're, of course, there are some places where you can keep yourself safe. Safe. The first major there. yeah, I'm gonna have to go and get my thing fixed because I made it. Because the way I came in, hot setup, I should have just came from that way. But whatever. The closest one is there, so basically we're gonna have to go that way to get our vehicle fixed. I've been meaning to get a small tune-up if we can. But there is this thing where you know, I will tell you, like if you're not keeping your guys's self safe on the internet, you are not really doing anybody any favor. You're not doing yourself any favor. There are a lot of good things to keep yourself safe. And there's a lot of places that it's easy to keep yourself safe when you do the bare minimum. A bare minimum is basically just make sure you don't go into sites that doing the bare minimum, making sure that you have that, you know, don't go to any sites that, you know, like ROM sites or any site that basically is kind of illegal, and make sure that you don't go to these adult websites either, unless they're like a major website, and then even then, be careful what you do. It's always good to have good online safety. And having good online safety is actually what everybody needs to be doing, because it's always a good place to start keeping yourself done in safety, and I know it's hard to do that. Now, of course, if you're on Linux, you're a little bit more secure than being on Windows. But if you're on Windows, the easiest way you can do yourself security, there's a few. We'll do service recommended. And then we'll go and do... Actually, I think if I just really do all of that... Because I forget, this game... You have insurance. You have car insurance. In Europe, you don't, but it's a lot cheaper to get things. And there's always this thing where... safety is a thing that you always need to be thinking about, and thinking about it every day, because, you know, don't know exactly what was going on, but we do know that, like, being able to keep yourself in safety and doing what you need to do to be safe is there's a lot of other things you can do. You can always add extra antivirus on your Windows. You know, the biggest thing is if you're on Windows, just keep yourself safe by doing that. I'd recommend Malwarebytes if I were you. I'm just saying I'd recommend it. I'm not saying you have to go and use it. AVG is another great one. But make sure that you just have some way to do that. Another one is getting a VPN, preferably not a free VPN though. If it's a free VPN, you're you really are asking for data protection. And then also, don't use if you are in America and you want more safety, you can always go and turn on some settings in Florp, the main browser I use from Firefox. You can use a lot of variety of stuff. Nobody's gonna be coming, but I just wanted to really make sure. That's just one of many things you can keep yourself in check, and finding privacy-made browsers is a plunge out there. But VPNs, preferably do not use a free VPN, and make sure that that VPN is not set up in in the country of the UK. Make sure that that VPN is not set up here in the United States. Make sure it's in a non-extradition country. Because you know, like NordVPN is a great one. PIA would actually be also good as well. I would say that, even though they don't log you, they have literally proven in court that they don't log your files. They don't log anything, so you're good with that. You don't have that. If you're in the UK, don't use any UK-based VPNs, because with the current Online Safety Act, that's not really an Online Child Safety Act. It's not really an Online Child Safety Act. Trust me. Anything to say that, oh, they're going to protect your online safety, it's like they're basically, it's kind of like the same thing with a lot of other instances of things where this is an issue. There are plenty of places where they say that they're protecting safety. Just remember, you get rid of guns. Hold on, I gotta get my. I forgot to. Open my TikTok. I haven't watched TikTok, but in a while, so it's kind of just mostly just use it for streaming. Just to kind of be there. But there's like just being able to have a lot of safety and a lot of thanks Lolo for joining. Safety is one of those things that you should really keep yourself safe, because there's multiple ways to do it. There's you know, using anonymity is, don't use Google Chrome. Don't use Google Chrome itself. Use a Chromium-based browser like Mulvad, I think, is one. Brave is another one. But if you're not into cryptocurrency, don't use Brave. I don't use Chrome-based browsers, to be honest, because I'm used to Firefox, and Firefox is the only browser I've ever used. Thanks Joanna King for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. And I stopped using Chrome for what it's worth. I stopped using Chrome. I stopped using Microsoft Edge. I will occasionally use Microsoft Edge, or I'll use my internet-based thing on my phone if I cannot get onto a website, mainly for because of not being able to, like one of my local news stations. I can't get access for whatever reason. Firefox is being a dickhead about it. Don't need to increase my speed again. So it's kind of like you have to think about, you know, you want to stop accessing certain things. Ad blockers are going to be another great thing. You know, it's like they don't want, like, you get rid of ad blocking. The easiest way to do it, and I'm going to tell you, if if you want to stop ads and you want to not allow Google to stop you from accessing it, there's a couple of things you can do to mitigate ads. There's a few ways you can do it. First off, you can mitigate ads by adding an ad blocker. First off, uBlock Origin's a great one. AdBlock Plus is another great one. But you can also use just go out and buy the YouTube Premium. You'll have your ad-free YouTube. Okay, you'll have your ad-free music, and you'll be able to watch and download your favorite content creators on the fly. That's actually a great way if you are somebody that doesn't like having a lot of subscriptions. That's actually a great subscription service. Don't go out and use Spotify, because, well, you can. I'm like, if you already have Spotify, go and use it. But, or Pandora or whatever. But if you're somebody that watches a lot of YouTube, it's actually better just to go and have access to that YouTube anyway. And of course, there's those are kind of the good things you can do. Mitigating ads is an easy way to do it. You can also install Firefox right off the bat. It's already got some ad blocking features in it. It's not perfect, but it still blocks a lot of ads. It's still one of those places that you can do it. And I would personally, if you're looking at safety, switch from Chrome, and I use Start Page. I will search Start Page first before I ever use Chrome. I'll use Chrome as my secondary if I need an AI or something. But I use ChatGPT, ChatGPT, and I use some of these things just to ask. Okay. Yep, good. So it's always good to always make sure that you access whatever you're watching or whatever you're doing, whatever site you're going to. Just be mindful of that safety. And it's always a good idea to have safety in any way, shape, or form, because, you know, if you aren't finding ways to stay safe and figure it out, it's always great. You know, you can use whatever browser you want to use. Just be mindful that if you are using Google Chrome, ad blockers are not going to be something that you can use. You know, so you might want to, if you are at an ad blocker for somebody, use Firefox. You know, and if you want to go a step further in protecting yourself, and you are happening to be using a Windows-based, you can always shift over to Linux. Now, of course, switching over to Linux is not going to be absolutely 100% safe either, but this is why you have this is why you always run an antivirus. Use ClamTK, ClamAV, or use the other one that basically just got an update that was actually supposed to be a GUI for it, and you can run that. There's another one, and it's basically because it's like, you know, people need to. This guy's not working on it anymore because it's end of life because of the stupidity of people saying, "Oh, this thing is woke," or "This thing's," and it's like they're basically going after content or anything that they deem that's not appropriate, and it's like that they deem not appropriate. Well, it's like you're not going to deem somebody working on a thing to protect people's data Thanks, Banana Meldatif. Thanks for it's always one of those things where you have to think about that not everything out there is woke, not everything out there is there to do it. It's like they're basically saying that, you know, Robert F. Kennedy pretty much said that you know, that there's wokeness going on in pretty much anywhere that you think. Like it's like a lot of people will think that, you know, doctors are woke, doctors are this or whatever, and it's like seriously, people. It's like vaccines aren't woke. It actually, I believe I do have hold on, guys. Let me go to my news break real quick. Because I had a thing, and I think I did see it earlier. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, okay, I was like, okay, I wanted to make sure. Yeah, it's like he's now saying science is woke because, sorry, I was looking this thing up. Robert F. Kennedy now has called cancer screenings woke, and I'm like, really? It's really dumb on a lot of things in society. It really is like, you want to call science bad because science is pretty much going against what? Or it's like, you know, it's like when you start seeing things that are being problematic in society, that's one of those. Calling things where they're not supposed to be called, calling things badly because you don't like them, because you would rather let people die. You know, people will die because of decisions made by Robert F. Kennedy and anything. And it's like, you want to talk about Trump. Well, it's like, I mean, you want to talk about like Dr. Oz and stuff. It's like, I used to praise Dr. Oz. I used to like Dr. Oz. I used to occasionally watch his stuff. I don't watch his stuff anymore because of the issues going on, and it's just really really problematic in a lot of society when you decide to hurt a life and believe that you want to sell your tablets, your things that may not work because it hasn't been tested, and all this. They wanted to say that, you know, yes, you can use certain things for, there are times where drugs that have been manufactured for human consumption might work for dogs and sometimes or animals and vice versa, but it's not really. But like most of the time, it's usually if it happens at all, it's usually because of ingenuity that they found something that ends up working. But it's got to be tested. It's got to be thoroughly vetted before actually using these things in humans, and it's got to be tested. And the COVID-19 was not tested really well, but it still was regarded as something that I trusted. And why? Because a lot of times people who believe in God will go out and trust things, will trust science, will trust what God has to offer. And I trust science. I trust a lot of things within society. It's like I went out and I said, okay, I trust God a lot more than most people think I do. There may be times where I don't listen to God all the time. There may be times where I don't listen to Him, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to stop listening. It's just a weight check. Just a weight check. So it's like you have to be careful on what you hear and what you do. You can't just go out and believe. You can't go out there and just believe one source or believe everything. Now, of course, I will tell you there are times where I will believe one source, and I will believe one source mostly. More than I will believe anything, and that one source is going to be Midas Touch. I listen to Midas Touch. I believe that source more than I believe pretty much most of when it comes to them talking about Donald Trump. Most of the time, I do believe them more than I believe other sources, because it's like I'm not going to go out there and the mainstream media aren't going to tell you the absolute truth anymore. They're going to try to, but they're going to try to not get on Trump's bad side, where these people are going to get on Trump's bad side, and they're going to fight tooth and nail. And it's like, look, it's like all of these places, it's like they're going out after trans people, they're going out after these people because they find it to be going against the system. And when we fight against the system and we fight with it, it's when we make sure that the system is trying to fix the system, because the United States system it's broken. It's not perfect. Okay, no system in any society is perfect, but the United States system is royally broken, more than anywhere. And Kamala Harris is one of those people that that I really liked what she had to say when Stephen Colbert, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find a way to read her new book, to read her book. There's a couple of books that I really want to read. First off, is I wanted to really read The Echo Machine, David Pakman, and I wanted to read her book. And yes, of course, it's one of those things where I don't like reading, but it's one of those things where I think I should be reading those books and reading things and finding ways to read what's going on and find out why and understand. And first off, you know, if you haven't seen her thing, you can go look it up on YouTube. It's in this The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I can say it because I'm not going to share it with you, but you guys can go watch it. It's the with Stephen Colbert. It's on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It's called The Extended Interview with Kamala Harris. You can go look that up. And you get that information there to see what she's talking about. And it's really nice to see that she's out and about and talking again. You know, she hasn't been in the limelight, but she took time off. She was like, she knew what was coming, and you know, there were things that she didn't. There was one thing she didn't see, and I'm like, I didn't see the capitulation. That was the one thing that she didn't see, was people capitulating to Trump and actually allowing him to get the things that he wants, not, you know. And that's the one thing. It's like, you know, when we saw thanks Alex for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. We saw this thing where Trump got immunity, and Biden could have used it. Biden could have used the immunity process, and Biden should have used it. Biden should have used that immunity to create executive orders to prevent Trump from getting into office. And they could have done that. They could have done things, but you know what? Kudos to Biden for not actually doing it. You know, Biden was one that followed the law, stayed true to the law, and didn't stop Trump. Didn't stop. Basically, just followed the law and made sure that and those are the things that really need to be focused on, is follow the law and do what's needed for it. Thanks S5AM. Thanks Sam for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. Thanks Fuletch for joining the Trovo stream. Thank you. You know, it's one of... Oh. Did not see you there, buddy. It's okay. There's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of times out there where the things that we do here and the things that we do see, you just gotta realize that stick to your values. Don't let anybody else influence your values. Don't let them change your life. Don't let me change yours. But I will tell you, there's only probably the only thing that I want, and I want to make sure that people are staying protected, is I want the LGBTQ community to stay protected. I want the community to have the rights that it deserves, and the rights that people... Thanks Lloyd for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. It's always one of those things where I want them to have a prosperous life as well. It's like, yes, I do believe in God, and it's one of those things where, like I said earlier, it's like I don't usually like getting into a lot of talking with God, but about it, because it's just hot button topic for a lot of people. Everybody believes in God differently. There are people that believe in God as the universe, and all this. So it's all based on what you perceive and what you have in life, and making sure that, you know, not just when you set to believe, and you have right to believe however you want, but should I have? Oh, we came from that way, duh. And it's 45 minutes to that one. We'll go up that way, but do we need gas though? Do we have any other locations to get gas along this way? We do. So what I think what we might do is, yeah, we'll go for 2 hours and 45 minutes because we have enough time. I think we can do this. But it's always great to have a variety of what you listen to and a variety of what you do in society, and have the choice to make your own informed decisions. Don't let Trump force you into believing everything he tells you, because if you believe in climate change, go and believe climate change. If you believe that guns are not safe, it's your choice to make that decision and say, let's ban guns. But in my opinion, you know, the one thing is, I don't believe in climate change. I don't believe it in the way that the left believes in it. It's like there's like 3 things that I don't believe on the left, and that's climate change, the way that they believe in it. I don't believe in gun safety in the way that by banning the guns entirely, that the left believes in. You know, I'm not this kind of person that, you know, guns are, like, I don't care. It's just like, guns are mostly safe as safe. It's like, you know, look at this. I want you to know something. Okay? You ban guns, look at the UK. I kind of listened to a little bit of UK and stuff on some stuff, because I kind of listen to Trans Radio UK almost every day. Not quite. But with that, it's like you listen to these. Hey, can you guys actually? I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Just double checking. Yeah, you guys can hear me just fine. Okay. Because I just want to make sure that you guys, actually, hold on. Actually, yeah, that's there, but we've also got this here. Now, of course, this is a 7-hour, 2-hour, 7-hour trip time. I think I might actually go up this way. So it's like you have to really make that informed decision and not just believe everything that is being told to you. And not just go blindly believe it. Because, like I said, with this gun issue, it's like they want to ban guns, right? Well, guess what? The UK has what happened. Okay, guns aren't the issue. Because over in the UK they are having a lot of knife shootings, so they're going out and banning samurai swords. They're out banning things, and it's like they're banning things because they think that it's safe. And it's like, it's not safe to ban guns. It's not safe to ban things, because if you start banning stuff, it's like in today's day and age, within today's day and age, it's really tough to discern that, you know, it's like you get rid of guns because guns are massively killing. Well, guess what? A rise in knife attacks in UK. It's like, okay, so what you're trying to tell me is that you want to ban knives now because you don't want to, and what's the next thing? They're gonna ban cars now because you see a lot of people being run over by cars, because there's a lot of that going on. You know, there's a lot of people out there that anything can become a weapon. Anything done with that can become a weapon. It doesn't matter if it's a weapon of... It doesn't matter. A TV can become a weapon. A computer become a weapon. Your phone, your water can become a weapon. Anything can become a weapon. Now, of course, so we can stay here with this, where everything can become that form of hurting somebody, and your weapons are. Your words are weapons, and there are things out there where you hurt you hurt somebody, you hurt anybody for personal gain. You know, it's not right. When you are a billionaire, okay, you want more money. What do? You wanna make more money, so you wanna reduce people's wages and to increase your bottom line, to increase your company's bottom line just because you want more money. It's not right. You need to give everybody a fair wage, because if you give everybody that fair wage, then that's going to give everybody the opportunity to stay working with you. There are going to be people out there that are willing to work for bare minimum. I'm kind of one of those that, you know, if I offer a $14 an hour with tips, then, you know, I offer $14 an hour with tips. It's like I literally day one said, okay, well, you know that it has tips, right? Yeah, I kind of agreed to 14 with tips, and it's like, I would have said 14 without tips, but to be honest, you know, it's $14. It's like I don't usually, like, when I look at things, I usually like to make sure that I go above the minimum wage of the state by a couple of dollars, just to keep it in check. And I said, okay, well, because, you know, if she was going to offer me, she would have to, like my last boss, like if I would have, you know, I offered 14, because guess what? That's what it was going to be in a year or two, and $15 an hour in a year or two. So I basically said, I'm just preparing her for making sure that she can, you know, and if she cannot afford, because like if you have to have a minimum wage of $15 an hour, it's like, fine. It's like making sure that people have a fair thing. It's like, why not get rid of tips, improve people's, making sure that people have a better society, and stop worrying about tipping people. It's like you're gonna get bad. You're not gonna, like, if you have bad service, okay, that person's gonna not receive any. Receiving a bad service. Thanks, Abraham Lopez. Receiving bad service Most of the time people aren't going to tip that person because of bad service. And it's like I don't want to, like, if you're gonna offer more because you offer people this thing where, okay, well, I'm gonna give you good service, good tipping, great. You know, if your service is good tip, you don't just offer that. But when companies start offering gratuity, start offering these things where they're basically saying, okay, then I'm kind of like, when I can go and make that at home myself for cheaper and not have to pay labor, I'm gonna say it's like it's worth better to make it at home than it is to go out and actually buy it. Go out and actually shop. Now, if there is places that just blatantly add more money because of now, if they add like if you just get it and then you add they add a little bit more than what is given on that's a little bit different when it's a little bit extra on our bill. But if it's like 100, like if they start adding like $50 onto the bill, now I am not going there, so we will just keep on our merry way. Now that's going, this way is going to Shamrock. Now I'm pretty sure I could probably maybe get one up here if I had gotten that. But and then I'm go to Golurthane, which hello, how are you today? Thanks for joining, user thing. Thank you. So it's all about perspective and what needs to be done, and making sure that you keep your head held high and you can keep yourself going every day. If you take, like, if you're somebody that doesn't want to get into politics a lot, it's probably best to not, like, come to my channel, or best to just, you know, stay away from watching the news. It's hard to do these days, but you can do it. You know, when you have Windows, like, see, that's the whole point, is like Windows always keeps nagging me. Like, I don't want to see news pretty much on my operating system. I don't want to see a lot of it, and that's why part of that was another reason why I switched. Is because I'm just tired of seeing those things. I don't want to see news being propagated on my thing. If I want news, I want it through my news break, or I want it through my Midas Touch. I want it through my smart news. I want to only listen to what I want, and not, like, I do listen to a lot of other pull in for inspection. I do listen to a lot of variety, though. I'm not, okay. They're telling me to do that, but it's like, how am I supposed to go over there? Yeah. I don't get it why the game decided to launch me to go over there, but it's like I always say that. It's like I talk politics in the afternoon, at night I don't. Yeah, it's asking me to stop here. And I'm like, I would have to... I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this. Do it this way, because they're really asking me to come into this way station. And I'm like, I don't get why I have to come over here when I'm on the freaking other side of the freaking road. That's really dumb. Yeah, I went over there to that station. And literally... and I was supposed to go over there and it's like, what? You're telling me that I need to go over to that thing. And yet... Oh! Okay, it told me to go... Okay, yeah, I see now. Okay, I see now. They basically told me I had to rotate around to do that. That's why a lot of times I miss it, because they tell me, oh, you need to go to the station. Well, it's on the other side of the road. Like, why can't there be a way station on the other side of the road? Or why can't they just split the road to put the way station in the middle and do it that way, and then just allow for trucks to come in one way and trucks to go the other way, and you have one way station. You have two way stations but one building. And it just makes it so much easier. Yeah, I'm gonna give these guys on the left hand side, because I can't go more than 65 miles an hour. It's really dumb that I can only go 65 in the online space, but it's one of those things where, and when you look at your news, it's really drowning and really bad news a lot of the time. But there are some good things. There is a good thing there are some times where there are good things in the news, and then there are times where there are bad things in the news, and it's one of those bad things in the news is the job market's down, and it's even worse when Trump decides to fire the head of the stats, the head of the committee for the stats for all of this, and all because he saw that the jobs numbers were down. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna fire you because I want you to tell me a lie and not tell me the truth. It's like if you don't tell the truth, you're no way, shape, or form, you know, there's no way, shape, or form that you are going to, you know, there's no way, shape, or form that, there's no way that if you're gonna out there and you're gonna put out lies, first off, you are breaking, like, you're breaking the 10 Commandments constantly. Like, he's breaking the 10 Commandments constantly more than I probably do. It doesn't mean that I break the worst ones. It just means I just tend to break them too. I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be a perfect Christian. I never claimed to be that way. I claim to say that I am a Christian, and I'm trying my best to be better at being one. It's not like every day. There are times where there are things that I don't follow, things that I don't do, things that I do wrong. Nobody's perfect in life. Nobody believes the truth and all of this. It's like you go and you look at you know, oh, they say that they are like, you know, my next door neighbor, North Dakota, saying that they're protecting people's life from children from certain online content. Well, guess what? I just went and I wanted to really say this, that you know, you access that content, North Dakota blocked it. Well, guess what? I still have access to it because North Dakota never blocked it. It's like, oh, they're saying that they're protecting kids. Well, guess what? They're not protecting kids when I can still access that content without having to be logged in, without having to have any account. It's like, I know a few places and I test these waters. Test these waters to really find out how well these things do, because it's like they're not really out there. It's just they're only trying to get rid of people from watching content that they deem arg. Trailer damage and a vehicle crashing off fence. Of course. Of course. Thanks, Patrick. Okay, I see why. So we won't be able to do it that way. Now, of course, it only looks like it's affecting right there. So I think we can just go up here to George Street, and we'll figure things out from here. Um, we're in Amarillo, Texas, but yeah. So it's like you wanna go out there and you wanna like just listen to what Trump says. Don't like a lot of like I don't go out and believe everything, but it's like one of those things where I try to do my best to listen to variety. Because I did not realize that I needed to go this way. This one's weird. This one will definitely be weird. So here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so it's got Center City, so I was thinking about going to the right, but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to stick down here. You... Because we need to go and visit that little thing there. And I'm pretty sure I'll do that, and then we'll just rotate and do this whole thing. Because this only takes 12 hours in real life. And I'm blocking the middle of traffic. I'm blocking the middle of traffic there. Now hopefully up here I can go to the right up here. But we'll see. I might just have to get this done and Nice place for event. Got their event center down here. Nice. You know what? And maybe next time we'll come down and finish the rest of it, but I just wanted to... on that. 3 hours left on this trip. We should be able to get it done before supper. Or I have to go get some supper. It's no way is it in any relation, what was there? There was. This is why I wish I could just play this game without traffic, without AI. There's probably a mod out there that just disables the AI, to be honest. But then again, it wouldn't be immersive as this. Online would be the best place, but then again, online has basically can't use mods, so it's kind of like it's just basically just weird, to be honest. And it's just more of the things that, you know, being able to play a game like this though on Linux is fantastic. Being able to use bazzite, you know, that's why all of my thumbnails, if you don't see the bazzite thing, it's because I'm playing on PlayStation or I'm playing on PC. Mostly it's PlayStation. Because I want to make sure you guys know what I'm using, and you know, I haven't gone to Canada yet. I haven't been there yet because you know, I haven't used, like, to be honest, Pro Mods. I'm still waiting on this Step E for Europe, for Euro Truck. So it's like It's like I would have probably been playing on Euro Truck Simulator if it wasn't for Pro Mods not getting updated. It's like I haven't used Pro Mods. I don't use Pro Mods very much on this one. It's only like a small area, and it's like Pro Mods got a compatibility update. I am pretty sure they're working on getting Canada at some point. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to work on the 50 states first, the 48 states first. They're going to get Canada, and then they're going to work in Canada and then Alaska. They're going to try to get to Canada to Alaska, and then they're going to work on probably Mexico next. Hopefully, or you know, hopefully they get there. They'll probably like do districts in Canada, because that's what they're doing here, and it really does work out for them. It does take, like, this is a company that does take a lot of, it takes a lot for them to get these vehicles in here, because they got licensing, they've got, it takes them a lot to produce these maps. It takes them a lot to travel to these countries, to actually view a lot of places in these countries, to really take into consideration on what goes in to a lot of this. It's not just them just going out and building a map and using Google Maps to build a city. They're actually going out there. They're actually taking trips and actually bringing out the content on it. So it's really great. And it's really great to see a lot of SCS doing some great work. You know, this is actually one of those companies where I actually don't mind buying DLC from. There are companies where I won't go out and buy DLC just because of how egregious that it is to do it, to be honest. So anyway, how far left we gotta go? Okay, not too far off. We're in Dalhart, but we need to go to the next area. We're gonna go to the truck service stop though. Because I have to go and repair my vehicle because me making some bad decisions. Yeah, if I didn't have to, like, I could probably go here and make a total restoration on this. It's not worth it. Like, if your vehicle is pretty much a 4-star on a used from the used market, you can't get everything off. You can't get everything out of the you can't get everything out of the shops, so you have to go and find the used. The used market. Why does that one say Texacoma? Is that like Texacoma in Oklahoma? because that one goes to... That one's actually got that right. It's like what they should really do is, I know this like they're creating realism, they're following these, but what they should really do is just have the city that you can head to instead of like, oh, you get off here, well, there's multiple places, okay, that's different. But when you have one where, oh, it's gonna tell you you need to go this way to... The Best Western's over there. We'll wait and see how they do the rest of these countries. I mean, we'll wait and see how they do a lot of these other states. I could buy more states, but I don't have all the states yet, and there's no point in me doing so when, you know, I have more of a European, where I do spend a lot more time in Europe. As soon as ProMods gets back, I'm going to plan to out of you more European truck. I have American truck and Euro truck, but I have been playing a lot of American truck lately because I don't have... I'm waiting for ProMods to Sarah Steppy to update. As soon as that gets updated, I'm gonna be happy, but that's going to Boise City. Wait a minute. I'm here. How is that going to Boise City? That could be actually something in here that I don't know, and I don't think there is really anything there, though, to be honest. Now it's at 70, so we should be okay. I was kind of hoping I'd have this done by 6. It's past 6 o'clock now, so I'll probably have it done by 6:15 at the latest. But, you know, it's always one of those things where it's always good to have good vehicles, good things to really look upon when they get the vehicle state of being able to drive trucks and being able to drive vehicles in this game, because they're coming out with Ford trucks, and they're coming out with another thing coming out for Europe that's going to change up the gameplay a little bit. And it's actually really nice to see that they're building a game that, you know, I hope at some point they get American and Euro truck, basically where we can have a company directly in both countries and have the same company in both countries and just go and have a seamless where Maddie's trucking sitting here in America can be also used in the same profile, same everything in Europe, and all you have to do is you just go in and you wanna go to Europe. All you have to do is now they can just put like a launcher into place, but I don't think they're going to, just because of it. But if they start getting into Africa and they start getting into South America and stuff, it actually start becoming a world Of course. I always load when I know I make, like, I cannot stop on a dime, truly, and it's really, and I didn't pay attention. It's really hard. and it's really hard to actually get fully done. I'll take the red light violation. I'll take that. There's like nobody around. It's like that's when I really wish that they would have better idea of like, oh, if there's no vehicles coming on the other end, they keep it green until you start seeing other vehicles. And I don't even think I am. Am I? I don't know if I am. Okay, we are still currently driving. Good. So we should be done here about 6:15. You know, it's 6:15 my time, guys. It's Central Time. So this online contracts really, it's one of those things where if you have time to sit down and actually drive, it can take 2-3 hours just to drive in places in America, where the same amount of distance in Europe, I can take that same amount of money, I can drive for less time to receive that money. So I think it's just more of the distance in Europe is a lot better than the distance in America, and I just like that. But I'm still waiting for EuroTruck to come back with the Pro Mods, because I use Pro Mods, and Pro Mods is the only mod that I use outside of skin mods. I only use Pro Mods, and I only use maybe a couple of things to change my thing. I don't have much of any issues with changing the game. Basically, I use graphical mod. I don't alter the game very much. I just use the graphical mod, and I use the because it's always great to have better graphics, and if I can have it, I have a decent computer anyways. Better graphics. You know, I don't have a lot of rain. I haven't had a lot of rain, so I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of it is just so dry. Probably in the driest area. I can't go 70 miles an hour, but we are so close to getting done with today. But I will tell you guys, if you guys are interested in any stuff that I've already talked about, you guys can always watch back in the previous live through YouTube. I always live stream in the afternoon everywhere on YouTube, Trovo, and TikTok. Every day about 3 o'clock. If I was on at 3, I would have had this done by 5, but I got on at 4:30, so this thing takes about an hour and a half just to get to where you need to go. So it's like, you have to, like, if you're gonna play this game and you only have like 30 minutes or something, you're not gonna want to play this for that long. If you only have like 30 minutes on your hands. If you have like 50 minutes to an hour, you might be able to. But it's best just to not sit back and not sit back and actually, if you have like an hour podcast or something, 2 hour, like if you have 2 hour podcast, it's great to sit down and actually play this and listen to your favorite podcasts, listen to Midas Touch, Barnaby's Nerdgasm are kind of the stuff that I would listen to if I sat back down. Most of the time I don't do that all the time though, because yesterday I was working on cleaning up my room and situating things around in here. Now, of course, I could go that way and go there, but I need to go to the right. And then I'm gonna get off because it's that time for me to get off. Because driving does take a little bit of time to absolutely get to where you're going. Come on, light. It does not tell me I can go to the right or anything or the left, so... But, you guys can always catch me afternoon playing this. Tomorrow, though, we will be playing another game that's exclusively... We're going to be playing a lot of games, testing Linux, testing things out. I have this little mini-series that we're doing on the channel. It's a live stream series that where we test games out on a Monday. And of course, I have another video that will be up at some point. I'm not gonna have it up today though. It'll probably be out tomorrow or something. Maybe I'm working on a video for you guys, personally. I have a video that I haven't come out yet because I just haven't downloaded it. I'm gonna in a hurry, so I kind of keep 15 extra XP is not worth just for what I'm doing. Satisfactory. Alright, so let me save this game, guys. And then I'm going to say it's live 8/3/2025. So tonight I'm gonna be on tonight. Maybe we'll play some American Truck again. We might go and start playing some Diablo. Because I've been playing Diablo lately, and Diablo 4. It's not a game that I think I'm probably gonna play for much longer though. But I don't know. Anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed. For watching here on YouTube. Make sure you guys are followed. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification with all, so you can stay up to date. And also we'll be live tonight. If you're on Trovo and TikTok, but you guys can hit that follow on both those platforms. Hit that subscribe on YouTube on Trovo. It's not free though, but you do get to watch all of my past live streams for here on Trovo not for free. YouTube, you get to watch partial of these lives, not for it, and that. But my night streams are always the ones that you're gonna be able to watch for free. For it. So, anyway, you also get cute emotes and things for it. And then and that night streams, guys, are always at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock start time till about 2 a.m. except for Saturdays. I still got off at 1. Didn't go to church though, because I wasn't quite for sure. Ended up not going. So anyway, I will catch you guys later, you guys can check out this live stream's today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Christian Satori. Alright, you guys, today's sponsor is Christian Satori. Christian Satori. You can go use the code link. You guys can buy some of the best shoes around. You guys can buy some of the best shoes around. Canvas. You guys can also classic black canvas. So much canvas. Cool, you guys can also buy it in fuchsia. Cool. So gear. Much cool shit. Trust me. Trust me. Cool gear. These are a fantastic brand. Trust me. But you guys not only can you buy shoes, you can also buy. But you guys not only can you buy shoes, you can also buy some cool clothing as well. Clothing does include some if you guys want to use gear as well. But code if you guys want to use ROG at checkout, the code Christian Satori. Rocks at checkout /gaming ROG put /gaming rocks put gaming go down and click down that link rocks when you check out checkout put gaming. Now remember you might be able to get 10% at checkout off your order today. Now remember you might be able to get 15% off with the code off your order today, but only if you buy 2 products. Remember the code. But you can get only if you buy 2 products. Remember cool puffer jackets. You can get some cool. Cool socks, squint cool puffer jackets, cool gear, cool socks, squint t-shirt, cool everything cool here is not super expensive. Remember, it is not inexpensive everything either. Here is not so super expensive. You guys remember it is not inexpensive either down there. So you guys remember links down in the down there. .com/gaming ROG. Use code Satori.com/gaming ROG. Use code gaming ROG at checkout to get 5% off your order.